Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters. This is your brother Kazak Yah with another teaching on this Shabbat. And I wanted to deal with the subject of the Gentiles. Okay. Now, those of you who have followed us down through the years know approximately 10 years ago or so, we did the teaching on the Gentile nations. In today's time, there has, I should say, become a teaching that the Gentiles are not the sons of Japheth, but the Gentiles are Israelites in disobedience. So what this lesson is designed to do, brothers and sisters, is to dispel the myth that the Gentiles is making reference to Israelites who are disobedient, and not making a reference to the sons of Japheth, which are who is the progenitor, I should say, of the European nations, or the sons of Japheth, which populated in Europe. Now, I would recommend you look at a teaching that we did about a month ago, where we dealt with the sons of Japheth, and we read from the book, the ancient Egyptian history book, where it actually told you where the Gentiles or the Europeans settled. In addition to that, we also dealt with the works of Josephus, where Josephus explains where the sons settled. And also we dealt with out of the book of Jubilees, where the book of Jubilees gives a definition or a description of where the sons of Japheth sojourn. So as we begin with this sharing, I'm going to begin with a base scriptural reference, which is Genesis chapter 10. Genesis chapter 10 is the table of nations that gives us the basis, right, for knowing who the sons of Noah after the flood are, right? And number two, where they settle. Okay. So be on the lookout. We're going to do a new revised edition of the teachings of the sons of Japheth primarily, and then secondarily the sons of Ham, because we have a lot of people who are into the Kemetic science, or the Kemetic, I don't know what they call it, Kemetic science, I'm going to use for lack of a better way to express it, who teaches that we came from Ham or Kemet, and we're not from Shem or Shemitic, right? So be on the lookout for that teaching. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this particular discussion on the Gentiles, who the Gentiles are, and how we can identify them in the scriptures, and as well as in modern times, right? Now, Genesis chapter 10, we're going to read verse 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want you to follow with us with your scriptures, with your eSword or your Bible software on your cell phone, your tablet, or your iPad, or what have you. Follow with us, and prayerfully we'll get some understanding who the Gentiles are, and so that we won't look at another people and believe them to be the Gentiles that is found in the scriptures. Okay. Genesis 10:2 says, the sons of Japheth are Gomer, Magog, Madai, Yavan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. Now, the King James translators put a lot of ands in the middle of that. So when we see translations, brothers and sisters, and we see words interjected in there or inserted in there, the translators are trying to point something out to the readers. Those of us that are students of the word, and those of you who are Bible scholars know that the scriptures was not written in English. Okay, so those who translated the biblical texts or the sacred books or the set apart books or the scriptures or the holy books or the writings, whatever phrase you choose to use, understand that this book was not written in English. So the translators translated it into the Latin Vulgate, the Greek Septuagint, the Latin Vulgate to English, right? Now, so once again, like I said, the sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Yavan and Tubal and Meshach and Tyrus. And the sons are Gomer, Ashkenaz, and, right, Riphath, and Togarmah. So what is the translated? What are the King James English translators trying to tell you? That each one of those sons are separate. They are not the same. So when you say European, you're not talking about every person from the European nation of the same tribe. Those ands were put there because it's like and, meaning this is a different nation, and a different nation, and a different nation, and. That's what the and's there for. The and's there is to point out, to indicate that there is a separate nation from each one of those sons. Right? Now, verse 4. And the sons, there's that and again, of Gomer or Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. See that? And again, verse 4, the sons of Yavan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Right? So we got all those ands in there. They're telling you these are not the same nation. They're sons of Japheth who populated what we have come to learn or to know is called the European continent, but these people are not from the same tribes. Now, all the other sons, for the most part, have let go of the terminology tribe, except one. 1.5, I should say. That's the Hamite descendants and the Shem descendants through Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, called tribes. Okay. Now, I don't know. You tell me why the translators drop tribe when they make reference to the other sons, but hold on to the tribes when it makes reference to Israel. And to this very day, only people on the face of the planet still use the terminology as of tribe is the Hamitic descendants and the children of Israel. You go figure that one out. All right. Now, so let's continue. The sons, it says, by these, verse 5, were the isles of the Gentiles divided, right, in their lands, and everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations, right? So here is where we get the word Gentile, right? Now, some people have done the research and have given you a proper understanding of the word in Hebrew that's used there for Gentile. Okay. And that word is goy. Okay. We're going to just do this right quick here, just for your edification. All right. So if we look at Genesis chapter 10 and verse 5, we're going to see that word. By these were the isles of the Gentiles, and the Gentile is the word 1471, Strong's numbers 1471, it says goy, right? Apparently from the same root as in the sense of massing, a foreign nation, hence a Gentile, also figuratively a troop of animals or a flight of locusts. Now, you might say, brother, see, you already proved you're wrong, right? But now stop, hold up, drop your rocks, okay? That word goy means that, and I'm going to help you out here just for a second, because the word goy was translated Gentile, right? Heathen, nation, and people. Now, Israel can be known as, or can be described as what? A people, yes. A heathen, yet though Israelites that reject the covenant, yes, they are heathens, right? Gentile. Okay. Now, I want to zoom in on this word Gentile, right? Because when we understand, or when we get the clear overstanding, or come to the knowledge of the historical value, right, of this word Gentile. Now, I want to say this: Gentile is not a Hebrew word. Gentile is a English word that has its root somewhere else. We're going to deal with it in a minute. So what I want to do is I want to go to the American Heritage Dictionary of the English language, and I want to read something for you with regards to Gentile. Okay. So now it says Gentile often, it says often Gentile, one who is not of the faith of the Israelites. Now, the American Heritage said of the Jewish faith. One who is not, but we're going to correct that, because all Israel were not from the tribe of Yehuda, or Jew, if you like. Okay. It says one who is not of the Jewish faith or the Israelite faith, or is of a non-Israelite nation. Okay. Now it says, so that's meaning one. Meaning two says, it says a Christian. So now they're saying a Christian is a Gentile. Okay. That's why when we came up in Christianity, in regards to what your color of your skin looked like or where you came from, they call you a Gentile. Okay. Now let's continue. So using that meaning, yes, you're correct. But we're going to dig a little deeper than that, because we're not going to just be stuck right there in the surface. Okay. All right, let's continue. So he says, for meaning three, it says a heathen, right? That's meaning three. All right, meaning four says Mormon church, a non-Mormon. So now a non-Mormon is called a Gentile in the Mormon church, right? Okay. Meaning, okay. It says often a Gentile, or relating to Gentile, or relating to Gems, the tribe of, it says from late Latin gentilis, right? It says pagan from Latin of the same clan. Then it says see gentle, right? So now this word, we still haven't gotten the root now. We just got a definition of what a Gentile is. Okay. So we're going to go back and dig a little deeper into the root of the word Gentile. And then when we're finished, we'll have a better understanding of why the translators put that word Gentile there, opposed to heathen or nation or people. Okay. Now remember what I told you earlier. Gentile is not a Hebrew word. It is a English word that has its root in, he just read it here, in late Latin. Okay. Then he says refer to gentle. All right. Okay. Now, under gentle, it says considerate or kindly, right? In a dispositional, amiable, and tender. I wonder what they're trying to say here, right? That these sons of Japheth are the ones who are, in their eyes, right, are kindly and disposition, amiable, or likable, and tender, which helps to explain why everybody in the world, for it to be acceptable, it has to be Eurocentric in today's time. So many people, so many sons on the face of the planet, for them to be acceptable in life, they feel like that they have to fit the mold of the European nations. Okay, let's continue. So he says, 2, not harsh or severe, mild and soft, right? All right. 3, easily managed or handled, docile. It says a gentle horse. Meaning 4 says not steep or sudden, gradual, a Gentile incline, right? So now 5a says, listen to this right here. 5a says, of good family, right? Well born, a child of gentle birth, suited to once of good breeding, refined and polite, right? Now I'm going to skip past. I'm not going to read the rest of that. You can read that if you go to the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language. But now I'm going to read down where it says meaning 4. It says, to raise to the status of noble. Huh? It says to raise to the status of noble. Now, so what are they trying to tell you? Huh? What are they trying to tell you? Who in their eyes was raised to the status of noble, right? Raised to the status of noble. Then it says English, gentile. Gentile. See that? English, gentile. That's where you get Gentile from. Gentile, Gentile, is Gentile, Gentile is Gentile. But gentile is Gentile without an E. So gentile is saying, they're saying raised to the status of noble, from gentile, courteous, noble, from Old French, from Latin gentilis, of the same clan, right? From gents, and it says clan. Now here we find the Europeans use not tribe, but clan. The Ku Klux Klan. I know that's what you was thinking, and you're absolutely right. You're exactly right. The Ku Klux Klan, or clan, or the sons of the Gentiles. Okay. Then it says C, G-E-N, with a backwards E in Appendix 1. So we're going to go to G-E-N-E in Appendix 1, and we're going to get the definition of, this is called the etymology. All right. Now, stay with me. Okay. Now, Jenna it says, Genesis says to give birth, beget, with derivatives referring to aspects and results of procreation, right? And to familial and tribal groups, oldest from Gene becoming Jena in Centum languages, right? So to give birth, to beget, derived referring to. So now, why, once again, did the sons of Japheth, the King James translators, use the word Gentile? Nobody else used the word but them. Okay? Because they are pointing out that these are our boys, right? All the other sons was from other nations that was outside of our people or the clan. Right? So that word Gentile is a word that is exclusive, right? Hear me now. The word Gentile is a word that is exclusive to Europeans. No other people would have been or were called by Gentiles by the people who gave us the translation. Hopefully you're getting this now. Okay, I haven't even begun the lesson yet, but I want to just deal with the root of this word Gentile so we can get an understanding of when we see Gentile in the book that they are talking about no one else but the sons of Japheth. Because these translators are pointing out who their clan is. Because much of, from what we read from Genesis all the way up to the time of the Greeks, has nothing to say about the Gentiles or the Gentle or the Gentiles or the sons of Japheth or the Europeans. Not until the time of Alexander the Greek, right? And it was a turning point during the fall of the Babylonian Empire, and then the Medo-Persian coming into fruition, and then Alexander the Greek. Right. So when we do the lesson on the sons of Japheth, we're going to deal with all of that. We're going to break it down so you can see where these sons came from. Right. All right. Now, let's continue. We are reading the etymology of the word Gentile, which is from the word gene, which is where you get the word gene from. Right. All right. Now, it says one says basic from gene. Suffix from genes, a gender, a general, a generate, generation, generic, generous, genre, genius, congener, degenerate, engender, miscegenation, or miscegenation, from Latin genus, race, or kind. Gene, allogenic, genealogy, genocide, genotype, heteroge, newest, synergenic, from Greek genos and gene, race, family, gene, geni, epigene, with Greek suffix genus, born, suffix from gene, genial, genius, congenial, from Latin genius, procreative, divinity, inborn, tutelary spirit, innate quality, engine, ingenious, from Latin ingenium, inborn character, meaning 3. Suffix form, gena, indigenous, from Latin indigena, born in a place, indigenous, indus, within C, en. Suffix from gene, wo, genuine, ingenuous, from Latin ingenuous, born, native, natural, freeborn. Suffix form, gen, right? Men. It says germ. Listen now. German. Come on now. This is the etymology of the word. German, right? Germane, germinal, germinate, from dissimulated Latin germen, shoot, bud, embryo, germ. Okay. So in the etymology of the word Gentile, we find the word German. So now when we read out of the book and we see the word Gentiles, it should be clear in our mind that this is talking about not other sons of Ham or Shem, but this is talking about one son, Japheth. It's a word that the Europeans have coined in the translation to point out their stock or their clan. Okay? That's putting it where the ghost can get it.